wait no more. Sick of trying, that's why I'm always smiling, cause I complicate my goal. So surrender, that's why I remember it's the simple things in life. Either it does or doesn't feel right. It's the simple things in life. Come on baby, let's ride.
What's good, everybody? My name is Josh, aka JaceTheDon, and if you've clicked on this video, this is a very important video as well. There's a whole ordeal going on right now with the animation community and animation as a whole. It's beating the test of time, or being in the test of time right now. And maybe you've heard of it, hashtag New Deal for Animation. It's the current wave right now. It's a trend. It's a movement. It's a hashtag. All these things. This is very important if you're a fan of animation. If you do animation, if you want a future in animation, I highly suggest checking this video out and checking other videos out about this specific topic, because it's very important. Basically, the rundown of New Deal for Animation is basically animators and the crew and everybody who works on these shows want fair pay. And you would think, fair pay? That's so easy, just give it to them. Well, apparently for these companies, it's a problem. So that's why New Deal for Animation, but it's not just for equal pay. It's also for better working conditions and working environments for those who work on animation. Because if you do not know, someone who is new, who does a live action series, actually makes more than someone who is a seasoned animation writer, all these things. They get paid more. Live action, people get paid more than people in animation. I guess it's always been like that, and it's a problem because it should be fair pay. It should be the same amount as live action writers and the crew that work on these shows and series and TV shows. It should be the same thing. I never understood that. But it's more than just that. The whole industry, the streaming industry, things have gotten very manipulative. These streaming companies, they're taking shows, series that basically have a batch of episodes. Say for instance, a show had 12 episodes, right? So the other remaining 12 episodes that the creators have for that one specific season, still, the companies go and they market and basically take advantage of that and market as another season, when it's still that same one particular season. And they do that to try to underpay the animators and the crew that work on these shows. It's been going on for a while. So you see the issues and you see why people are complaining and saying hashtag New Deal for Animation, because these things have been going on for so long that people people are tired of it. I'm gonna give you some examples of what I mean by that. Okay, so I've covered the Cuphead show on this channel a lot. You guys know I love Cuphead. I love the Cuphead show. But on the Cuphead Countdown website, and I should have made a video on this explaining, but I'm talking about it now. So, what went down was, at the end, when you finish all the challenges, Netflix would put out a GIF saying that Season 2 of the Cuphead show would be coming summer of 2022. Well, the problem with that is, and some of the workers and writers and people who work on the show came out on Twitter and was like, "Yeah, that's not the case. That's on Netflix part." So basically, what Netflix did, they, because there was 12 episodes. Because at the first beginning, everybody thought in the magazine that came out talking about the Cuphead show that there was 48 episodes already done. But it turns out there was only 36. So 12 of the episodes that came out were a part of the first season. And the other 12, I'm guessing it's 12 that are coming out in the summer, are still a part of that one season batch. But Netflix went out of their way, and they market it as the second season. Which, again, that's what I told you earlier, that's what these companies, streaming companies and so forth, do to underpay animators and those who work on these shows. I said it's been going on, I guess it's been going on since the beginning of time, and like I said, no one's really spoke out about it, because if you know the deal, you know the ordeal. Most times in the industry, in the entertainment industry, if you complain or you speak out about something, more times than not, the industry will try to mark you as hard to work with. They'll try to mark you as that person, we can't work with that person. They simply because they've had a complaint or a disagreement or something that they felt wasn't right. They speak out about it, and now they're being, labeled as hard to work with in the industry, which sucks. It sucks for a lot of people, and that's why this cause is very important. And again, if you're a fan of animation, if you grew up with animation, if your kids are watching animated shows, this cause is very important, because again, these animators take time out of their day to do everything they can to put their all. A lot of these animators came out of their own pockets with this stuff. Like, you just don't know how much struggle and how much passion that they have for their craft. And anybody who has passion for their craft, or passion for what future they may hold for themselves, they try to put everything of themselves into it. And with everybody, once you do all that hard work, you want that hard work to pay off. And that's why, again, this is very important. Now, I've been trying to look up ways to try to support it, and I don't really know. Like I said, I've seen a couple websites have some articles about it. Like I said, you can check out, there's so many YouTube channels talking about it in the animation community, talking about the new deal for animation. You can hashtag it on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, all these things, and keep the support alive. I know that, I think the other day, the Animation Guild, which by the way, that's the whole thing, the Animation Guild went to, I think, a studio close to Disney, and they protested. And I saw kids out there, I saw adults working on some of the shows out there, and it's really something to see, people young and old go out there and protest, and wanting these animators to get paid and be treated with the respect that they deserve. I'll never understand this. I understand that the Oscars and the Academy Awards and all the other award shows have a category for animation, but in my opinion, what if I think an animated movie is just as good to win Best Movie of that year? What if I went back to the 90s, right? Or went back when Who Framed Roger Rabbit came out. What if I think Who Framed Roger Rabbit is the best movie of all time, period of that year? What if I want that to win? Why aren't animated movies and shows categorized and with regular live action shows, regular live action movies? What if I think Batman the Animated Series should win Best TV Series? Why is it not again, why is it not a choice? Why, I understand like animation has its own category, but there's so many other shows that have their own category, yet they still get categorized in other categories. So to me that doesn't make sense. And like I said, it's just like I want people to understand that this is very important. Like, this is a very important matter. You may not think so because maybe you're like, oh, I'm too old for cartoons, or my children watch cartoons, or cartoons are a thing of the past. That has nothing to do with me. That's not true. Like, that's not true. Like, there's so many movies that are out right now that are animated that people enjoy, young and old. There's so many shows like the Flintstones, the Jetsons, you know, the Hanna-Barbera, Looney Tunes, all these shows throughout cartoon evolution that have come out, you know, of all ethnicities and backgrounds that we look to. We go back and rewatch because it gives us a feel of nostalgia. It gives us a feel of going back and being a child again. You know, waking up Saturday morning with your Frosted Flakes or Rice Krispies. You put sugar on them with the milk, and sitting down in your pajamas and waiting for Dragon Ball Z to come on, or That's So Raven to come on, or, you know, The Replacements, and, you know, all these shows that have come out. Like, it's important. It's very important. And I just want to say to, if there are any creators, writers, producers, anybody who works on these animated shows, I want to say from the bottom of my heart, thank you for doing these things. Thank you for creating a sense of embodiment of our childhoods. It may not mean anything to many people who think that, oh, that's child stuff. But to someone, like I said, who is an admirer of animation alike, it's very important, and I just want to give you that accolade. And don't worry, this will work out. This is going to work out. I have faith that this is all going to work out. You're going to get those accolades that you all deserve, because you all deserve those accolades. You all deserve to get that credit and that acknowledgement. You have always deserved it, and I support you 100% with your fight, and I hope that this works out. I really do, because like I said, I'm a fan of animation alike, period. Even the good and the bad, you know, like, hey, animation is animation, and we all have our things that we enjoy and remember. So, and I also want to say, like, I really apologize for this. Like, this has been going on for so long, and it had to take people to speak out and speak your truth. Don't let anybody tell you, oh, you're just a worker of a kids show. You're just a worker of an animated show. Don't let anybody tell you that you shouldn't fight for your right and fight for what you believe in, because at the end of the day, you got to get that money in your pocket for the passion that you've made. All the things that you've created, things that came into fruition, things that didn't come, things that you're still working on. These things are very important, and like I said, I wholeheartedly hope that this gets resolved, this gets changed, things get better for the animation community, the Animation Guild. And I'll see if I can link the Animation Guild in the description as well, along with some articles that I've seen, read up on about New Deal for Animation. Because I've heard about it for years, but I didn't really know fully the context of it. But now that I am reading up on it and understanding it more, I understand what it's about, what the purpose is, and what I can try to do as best as I can to help. So, the best thing you can do, like, if there are any protests, anybody who lives in California, hey, join the protest if you want, say, let your voice be heard. Let your voice be heard. Speak your truth. And if not, like I said, if you're not, then hey, hashtag New Deal for animation. I'll try to put the hashtag somewhere in this video. Maybe I might spam it in the video, who knows. But New Deal for animation. It's very, very important cause. And yeah, what I have to say, like, big love to you all. Thank you for everything. I hope you have a good day whenever you see this, and peace out. Also, New Deal for animation. Don't forget, hashtag New Deal for animation. It's very important. Peace out.